Well, hello. Welcome back to this. So, where we left off in the last video, we were watching the Kagura film reel. And that's where Choshiro was like, something happened that caused the maiden to die during the ritual, but what? Keeps highlighting blue over here. Usually when it turns blue like that, it's because you're missing an item somewhere. I heard it just highlight just now. Where? I think it's reacting to the projector though, if you ask me. So I can't even pick this up. Yeah, I thought so. No, the one on the ground is new. Okay, so I have to find clues about the priestess's death. So, in the last video at the end, we picked up an oil painting in the fireplace, and the only person I know who has to do with paintings or anything like that would be Yuko Amagi, and I believe his room would have been on, like, is it like the it's the 3rd floor. So this is Yuko Amagi, or Magaki. This is where we need to go. We need to go to his room. Before I do that though, there's like a bunch of tapes. I think it was in Guest Investigation 3. I don't know if I want to play all of these, because like I said, this is just meant to be like a quick playthrough from start to finish. I'm not here to like show everything. It's not like a full walkthrough. But I don't know if I should play these to give some context as to what the hell is going on. I don't have to, because it's all in Japanese and I don't really feel like reading it all. But it's displayed at the bottom. Maybe I can sift through these quickly. It's been 2 months since the arrest warrant for Yohaibara was issued. 2 months of searching, yet his whereabouts remain unknown. Now my only leads are Rogetsu Isle and the festival to be held. I'm sticking my investigation on this Rogetsu Kagura. The locals say it's very important to anyone who is born here on the island. See, I can't read it fast enough. Unfortunately, no one I've seen has spoken to Haibara. And of course, the pen pushers. Okay, see. I'm out of here while the investigations are comforted their desks. Okay. But he is here. Haibara is somewhere on this island. I can feel it. I don't need any evidence. My instincts are telling me I need to go on. I'm feeling this one in my gut. No matter how rotten a person is, they need something to cling to. If this island ever meant anything to him, Haibara will be here. See, that's why I try not to read those in English, because I can't. It's so fast that I can't read it in time, because the text doesn't stay on the screen long enough. That's why I'm like, oh, do I even want to try? Both places uproar. The Kagura was stuffed and the maiden passed out. They say she blossomed right up to St. Kiraiko. What are they talking about? Okay. September 25, Rogetsu Hall. Finally been able to talk with the Rogetsu Hall sanatorium patients. Access is supposed to be restricted, but I was able to worm my way in. A good word from Sakuya works wonders. Sadly, talking to Moonlight Syndrome slippers isn't really all that illuminating. Their amnesia makes it difficult to get a coherent statement out of these people. First they say they saw it all happen, then they say they didn't say anything. At this rate, my investigation will be as dead as that maiden. I finally got a concrete statement. One of the kids say he saw some girls. In a room on the 3rd floor, the resident is a patient by the name of Magaki. I'm going there now to find out. Rogetsu Hall, room 309. There's nothing here but a painting. This must be what the boys saw, another dead-end lead. Oh my god. Here goes the hall, 4th floor. This is it, I've been around the building. Okay. The room at the end of the corridor is the only place left to check. The patient is a woman called Sakuya. Yeah. She's Yo's Haibar's older sister. Seems she's doing. Hers is said to be a particularly severe case of Malay syndrome. There probably wouldn't be any point in asking her about her brother's whereabouts. That is, if she were conscious, she's in a coma, so all this is academic anyway. But this room, it's like a prison cell. Anyway, there's my search finished. No sign of Haibar or the girls. How did he not hear that? She was behind him the whole damn time. Oh my god. Cause when he was like, there's only one room left to check out, and he left like Makagi's room, you could hear something like following him. I think it was Kageri actually. And then he's like, yeah, she's in a coma. If only she were here, I guess this is the end of everything. And then you freaking hear her say something at the end, and it's like, how did he not catch that? Oh, jeez. Try night, okay. I got a tip off about the missing girls from somewhere connected with the infirmary. It might be nothing, but I'm going to check the place out one more time. October 29th, Haibar Infirmary. I found the girls and placed them in Haibar Infirmary, all 5 physically unharmed. But when I found them, I know it was dark. I must have imagined it. Their faces. That's Ruka Kureko right. That phrase again. What does it mean? Yeah, so originally when he found all 5 of them and they turned and looked at him, all of their faces were distorted. So that's why he was like, no, I must be seeing things that didn't actually really happen. But they were already saying that there was something called like a resonation, that if you saw people who were bloomed or blossoming, it would cause you to also bloom and blossom. So that's why it's like, how did nothing happen to him when he's seen them? It's very bizarre when you kind of try to think about it. Okay. Let's play this. October 9th. Sayaka told me that she's planning to leave Ruka to Isle. She wants to transfer Ruka to another hospital. It's so sudden, I just can't work it out. The events of these last few days must have taken their toll on her. I feel like the moment I take my eyes off her, she'll be gone in an instant. See, I think what it is I think he had feelings for her, but it didn't sell her. Because you figure she was already married and had a daughter, and she hired him personally to find Ruka, and when he did, everything started spiraling out of control, because it turned out that it was really Ruka's father who was helping the director, like the doctor of this place. He was the one who helped kidnap the girls. Like, he basically helped him kidnap his own daughter, and was putting the masks on her, and was basically willing to use her as a damn sacrifice for the damn ritual. And Ruka's mother found out the truth of it, and she's like, I can't believe he was willing to risk us for this. He cared more about his work and more about what Director Haibara wanted instead of what was best for us. Like, he basically chose his work and chose the director over his own family. And that's why she left him, and she took Ruka and left the island. That's why Ruka had been able to live for as long as she has, because this was happened when she was 7. This is now 10 years later, and Ruka's returned to the island along with the other girls, so they're all 17 now. So far, Madoka's the only one that's died. She got attacked by the other ghost, and I guess they forced her to blossom, because we already seen that. Ruka encounters her in the library, and her face is all messed up, so she blossomed and died. because she returned to the island. And that's kind of sad when you think about it. Had they stayed away from this island and never returned, they would have lived perfectly normal lives. Like, yeah, they lost their memories and they had like horrible amnesia, but the fact is they remained fine for the last 10 years. And then they come back here and everything just goes to shit. And I think Choshiro felt sorry for her, for Ruka's mother, and seeing how she was betrayed by her husband and everything she went through. And I think he started to gain feelings for her, but just never told her. Recording a tape as soon as I get here. Can't shake off my old detective habits. Forget to Isle. I haven't been here in 2 years. I've had a word that Yohabara is on the island. No mistake this time. Well, it feels right to me when you have your instincts. What else do you need? If Habara was going to hide anywhere, it would probably be this island. It's so quiet here. This place has been abandoned ever since the Kagura incident 2 years ago. People from the nearby islands view the place with such superstitions. Or superstition is so hot, yeah. The summer heat lingers in autumn like an unwelcome guest. But there's no wind at all. The air is completely still. I missed that last line. Feels like time has been stopped, a single second drawn out. What the hell happened here? They're all covering their faces with their hands. Her face, can't see her face, her face. I see. It's all clear now. Yeah, that's when he kind of like... I don't know if that's when he died. Yeah, I like playing through Choshiro's stories because the first time I played through it, it's really shocking. That's why I played this tape specifically, because we're going to see that. So, that's when he found the girls. He waited a while, waited 2 years. I think at that point, Ruka would have been... She was 7, she would have been 9. It was 2 years after Sayaka left the island. And if I remember correctly, when he returned, there were still people on the island at the time. But Sakuya, who had believed to have died 2 years prior, actually, she did, but then she didn't. She was still a ghost. And she broke out of that chamber of the Unhallowed. She actually got out. And any person who was still living on the islands, you know, because this was a place where people lived, why would they just freaking leave? Because, you know, so there's probably some of them who couldn't. It's on an island. Where are they going to get a ship to leave at? So, when he came back, she broke out. And anybody who saw her, they were forced to bloom immediately. And that's why he's like, what the hell? And he looked at her. But funny thing is... Choshiro's seen Sakuya. He even met with her beforehand. Well, she was in a coma. He did meet her before this happened. That's why he's like, oh, she's in a coma. She can't awaken. And he's like staring at her. So he sees her again, and he didn't blossom even though he's seen her. I always thought that was very bizarre. Like, he was like the only one unaffected by that. And when you really think about it, it's kind of strange. Let's go chase Haibara again. Let's go do it. He should appear right in front of me right about now. Well, if I go upstairs. That's Tsubaki Tono. She's still leading us. So we're supposed to be going to the 3rd floor to get to Magaki's room, but if you go to the 2nd floor, you can actually get a glimpse of Yohaibara for a split second. He comes out of that secret room that we came out of with Misaki earlier. The one that connects from Ayako's room. So if you go this way... One section of wall is separated from the rest. It doesn't budge when pushed. Yeah, so this area, it leads to that hidden room, which leads through that poster bed I call the grudge room, and then it's through Ayako's room. I think you can get him through there, so we're going to be going that way later. Because you can actually get him in there, because there's like a book he needs to pick up and such like that. But I'm trying to remember if I wanted to do that now. I could go all the way around and go do it now. Will it let me though? Let me think about that. Let me see if it'll actually let me. I have to go all the way around. Freaking shit. Oh yeah. Hold on. Where is it? Damn it. It says I'm right on top of it. Oh god, come on. Hold on, I'm at the wrong angle. Let me go stand over here. Nope, I guess it is over here. Why am I missing it? Because if it glows blue, that means I have it. There's like a secret image out here, and I can't freaking seem to figure out exactly. Because see, if it turns like a white blue, you're too far away. If it turns like a dark blue, it means you're right on top of it. Oh. Blossoming patience. God, that would have drove me insane if I wouldn't have been able to get it. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Because I'm supposed to be going somewhere else right now. To Yuko Magaki's room. But I'm going to see if it'll let me do this. It should let him do it? I don't see why it won't. Man, the back of my leg just keeps itching. It's like one of those painful itches. It's the one where you can scratch over and over again and it just feels like you're not itching anything. And it just itches even more. And even though you're scratching furiously, it just feels like you're not doing anything. I hate those. I can't pick it up. Yeah, I was gonna say it should let him through. There's no reason why it won't. 'Cause there's some areas you can free roam as characters, and then there's some areas where they're just like, nah, bro, what are you doing? Trying to pull it out, and he just don't want to pull it out. That was out of context. Freaking serious though, I'm trying to pull it out and he just didn't want to do it. Freaking kidding me. This is my first time back to the island in quite a while. It's exactly the same as when I left it, almost as if time doesn't flow the same way here as it does in the rest of the world. My sister is the same as ever too. She's just like she was when we were children. I feel like she's gotten more innocent as she's grown up, not less. Then again, maybe I'm just leaving her behind as I press on getting ahead in life. Anyway, that's besides the point. My father was right, we don't have the luxury of choice. When I see the state she's in, I'm not sure if I can even wait until the Kagura, but I know how important the timing is. If she's in this condition because she was the vessel of the Kagura, then our only hope is to make her do it again. That is so ridiculous. No, wait. Simply performing the Rogetsu Kagura with her isn't enough. The Kagura is for tourists. We need something more powerful than that. We have to bring back its original form, the rite of descent, the Kiraiko. I can hear the nurse shouting from across the room. There's a girl crying. Seems like Ayako has been naughty again. Father says she's just like me, always getting herself into mischief. Such fun. Ayako knows how to have fun too. She knows the best ways to toy with her playthings. She understands the same thing I do. The only way to stay alive any amount of time on this ancient, unchanging island is to have a little fun. Oh my god. The sturdy box is locked. Yeah, I believe you have to pick up a key and come here later to open it. And I might have sequence broke. Because, I don't think I have that key yet. Oh well. See, that's the door. It's a one-way door, though. That's the thing that's odd about it. Once you pass through it, you can't go through it again. So the one who has the key to the 4th floor is Misaki, and we have to wait till I circumvent around as her again. No, I guess it was the right lens. I don't know why it felt wrong to me for a minute. One item to report. Yuko Magaki in room 309 has shown some drastic changes recently, and his behavior is increasingly problematic. He causes disturbances, shouting out suddenly at the top of his voice and grinning like a man possessed. Last night, after the lights out, he started causing a racket. I ran to his room to check on him, and he grabbed me and started screaming over and over, "Annihilation!" There has also been some disturbing changes in his paintings. He keeps painting pictures of a sinister-looking woman. There is no longer any doubt that the woman he paints is the patient in the isolation room. Why does he keep painting pictures of her? I believe they are an omen of foretelling the awakening of the one with no face. We already listened to all the tapes, so I don't know about that. So I believe when I go to leave through this other door, that intercom thingy goes off. Hold on. I don't think I can do anything with that. No. Wait. Are those the right numbers? 725? I can't tell. Looks like it's 1725. I mean, they don't mean anything, but so that's not the right number for that door anyway. That's why I was like, why aren't those not the numbers I left it on? But I guess it's not a big deal. Let's go into the other girls' rooms for a minute. How did I miss that? You already have that, but it's okay. Like I said, this is just me to go through the game from start to finish. I know there's some people probably thinking, oh, you missed the ghost circle. Well, I already have it, and as I said, I'm not here to 100% everything. That's not at all what this is about. Is this Sakuya's? Everything is getting out of control. Soya has been completely consumed by his obsession with his Yomosuke ancestor, Soyatsu. And now the Haibaras have started behaving in ways that I simply can't understand. I have to get Ruka better. I have to take her away. Somewhere far away where they've never even heard of this island, and I won't have to hear the name Rogetsu. Choosing between my husband and my daughter isn't easy, but saving Ruka is the only thing that matters to me now, and I'll do it no matter how long it takes. I'm so sorry, my darling Soya. Somewhere deep inside you is the man I once cared for, who I still care for. But you've buried him so deep inside this madness that I don't think there's any way for me to save you. I'm leaving Rogetsu Isle. Yeah, and then when I go to leave, that freaking guy appears again. The damn nurse assistant. So let me see something. The original note was, Soya's obsession has engulfed him. I can't understand what idea it is that drives him and Haibara this way. If Ruka isn't treated quickly, it seems that she doesn't ask about the island, but about someplace far away. After this, however, it may be impossible to help Ruka. So I'm sorry, I'm worried about you, but it may not be possible to save you. I think I will leave this island soon. See, I like the way the new one is written because that's what it says on the Wii version. So I have it pulled up as I'm doing this. That's what it says in the Wii version. But I like the way they rewrote it here. It actually makes sense because it actually showed more feeling where she's like, somewhere in you is the man I once loved, but you've gone blind to madness. I can't save you anymore. There it is. I was like, where is it? Alright, let's fight this guy. There's that key to that box. Damn. I one-shotted him so hard it wasn't even funny. Alright, so let's go. We need to get to Yuko Magaki's room. Let me get my positioning. Is it this way or this way? This way. And he's on his way. I don't think there was anything more for him to do in here. This is Misaki's room. I like this part though when we go into his room. Yeah, cause if you go hold on. If you go through this little corridor section here, you're supposed to have an encounter with Kageri, and they don't want you to do it yet. They want you to go into his room and get jump scared by Yuko first. Yuko is gatekeeping Kageri. Don't know why he'd be doing that. I one-shotted him with that. Are you serious? Are you serious? Guess I'm too strong for my own good. This scene. Now here's that tape I played. When he went to the island and saw everybody bloom. This is it. That's some questionable moaning, bro. What is this? That day. When Haibara came back to the island, everyone on the island vanished. See, he was there. He looked directly at her and nothing happened to him. So odd. Like, how did he survive that? People see her and they go instantly psycho. He stared at her for a long, like, what, 8 seconds? Oh my god. I don't know, I think he's attractive in his own way. He looks good in that suit, which is why I kept him in it. I can't blame him though, like, I know I laugh at the noises he was making, but he was like overcome with like, imagine just out of nowhere you get like the worst headache of your life. I think that's the kind of noises I would be making too. Ugh. God. Anyway, let's see what the summary is about. Well, I can't say nothing because I'm one of those people, I have like a really sensual voice that's different from my speaking voice. And it has nothing to do with that I have different vocal ranges. It's just when I'm in pain, like actual real pain, it doesn't sound right either. So I can't, I think that's why I laughed, because it just reminded me of me. Searching for Madoka, Misaki finds herself in her own room at Rogetsu Hall, and discovers a photo of herself as a child alongside a woman with no face. Does this woman have any connection with the girl in black? Misaki feels that if she could only meet this woman, her own past would become clear. My special friend. 4467? What's the name of that code to that door that we need? Oh. So this is the inside of Sakuya's room? Who is this? That was a freaking cut. What was that? Okay, so Chapter 8, or Phase 8, Sakuya. So let me read what the original one said. While searching for Madoka, Misaki finds a photo of herself in her hospital room. It shows her younger self alongside a faceless woman. What is the connection between her and the girl in black? She wants to meet this person. She believes that doing so may reveal more about her past. Was she someone special to me? Question mark while in quotations. I think, well, she kind of was, and then she wasn't. I feel so sad for Misaki, because it's like, she was close to Sakuya when she was here as a child, and then, like, Sakuya just freaking turns on her. And it's like, aha, I'm gonna cause you to bud, and I think it's, like, the most fucked up thing out of the whole game. Like, if you actually see what happens to Misaki, it's, like, the most fucked up thing in the entire game. She gets betrayed by somebody who she thought was her friend. It's like, holy shit. Yep. Am I drifting on my joystick again? Chase the girl in black shadow. I think this is where she dies. Wait, I can't be at that part already. I think I am, actually. Well... time to get up. Time to disappear. Don't I head to Sakuya's room? Let me try to remember. Where was it? Fourth floor, elevator. Because you remember, the only one who picked up the key to the fourth floor was her. It's only highlighting because there's an item that I can't pick up. I can't pick that up, so I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna worry about it. Don't really need it right now. There should be an item on the ground too, though. Yeah. Yeah, I can pick this one up. It should be green. Nope, I guess they changed it. Yeah, I can't carry anymore. Alright. Automatic save. Let's get in the elevator. Come with me. I'm always too fast. I have a fucking trigger finger and sometimes I need to like slow down. Okay. By the way, once we put the key in there, all of the other characters will be able to enter the fourth floor as well. Toshiro and Ruka. Oh no, I hate this. I know what happens when I walk in here. Okay. Too close. Back up. Yeah, when they bloom like that, they become harder to fight. So there's a doll on the chandelier. Taking a little break in their little chandelier. Don't even care because they're about to disappear. Hey? What? What is it? What is it? What? Huh? Oh, it's the item through the damn wall. Okay. When your filament glows blue, it's because there's something of importance. Oh man, sitting on this crate is hurting. Well, this chair. It hurts. Hello, skeleton son, how are you? He's like, what? I can't freaking... God, if I'm like too close to items, they just can't pick it up. Alright, time to read a book. Regarding the woman in the isolation room, it's embarrassing to say this, but I simply can't remember her face. I have an impression that she's quite pretty, but I don't know what her face looks like. I can't remember. This is unheard of me. A nurse can usually remember her patients' names and faces very easily. She's not the only one I can't remember. When I try my hardest to remember her face and focus on it, my pulse quickens and I feel as though I'm losing sight of myself. I like how it says if, but it feels like my mind is a radio and someone is playing with a tuning dial. What should I do? Am I really fit to be in charge of the 4th floor? I don't think I'm cut out for this position. Please consider transferring me to another task. I beg you. 4467. The panel that notifies the nurse when a patient makes a call from their room. None of these names are legible. Yeah, so the code, I already know what it is, but I don't know if they'll let me input it. Damn. I want this item though. I saw Misaki with that doll again yesterday. Most likely the patient on the 4th floor gave her own doll to Misaki. Both of them have been diagnosed as having high spiritual potential. Their spiritual senses are heightened and they're at an increased risk of being inhabited, like possessed. It's dangerous for two such people to be together. When their mental state is good, being together may help them both stay stable, but if one of them becomes unstable, both are at risk of worsening their moonlight syndrome. I'm particularly worried about the effect that she, in her current state, might have on Misaki. Please be careful, or please keep careful watch over Misaki to ensure that the two of them do not meet. And it shows like a map. God, that phone ringing is gonna drive me nuts. New floor building, 4th floor, room 412, frozen moon isolation room. This is the only room on the 4th floor. The patient is in extremely dangerous condition. Report to the director immediately if she shows any signs of deterioration or becomes agitated. Calling her by her name or looking at her face is forbidden, as both can cause her condition to worsen. Bearing in mind the recent death of one of the nurses, staff are advised for their own safety to avoid prolonged contact with the patient. If any of the nurses feel their mood or physical condition get worse, they should discontinue duties immediately. The corridor to the isolation room is sealed with a gate which can be opened by unlocking it from the nurse station. Please note that it is not possible to enter the isolation room with just the master key. That phone ringing is fucking driving me insane. Please stop. Please. Ugh. Don't forget about me. Even if I forget myself. Before I disappear. Yeah, that was Sakuya calling me. God, that fucking phone was driving me crazy. I was losing my damn mind. It was driving me insane. Okay. Why did it just back me out? Yeah, originally I think if you don't know the code, even though it literally says it, you supposedly can take a picture of this board and it would have the number on it. But, like, I don't know how anybody could not figure that out. She literally repeats the same number over and over again. She literally says 4467 like 5 times. Yeah, this part's funny. Nope. I call her the cat nurse because the cuts on her face make her look like a fucking cat. Literally, bro, what are we doing? So I think the doll is up there. Yeah, I see her. Okay. Why don't you f*** her? Sorry. Haven't I told you over and over that she keeps trying to drag me into her room? Come and see her if you don't understand what I'm talking about. There's something else now, isn't she? Oh my god. Then blurring out that was unnecessary and made it worse. What? Her face keeps changing and she keeps trying to drag me in. She calls me. Oh god, there's that doll. I don't know why that killed me so bad. Oh my god. I know you're there, come on. I said no. She's the one who wrote that, that's what made it extra funny. Alright? Come on. Don't appear on my side. That ain't ideal. Hi. You look good. She viewfinder locked me. God. I hate when they lock you like that. You can tell it gets locked because if you start moving like this, if you see me jig it like that, it's because I'm freaking locked and I can't move. Like, I can move it like that anyway, but there are some times when I'm actually trying to move and I can't. You can see me like... God. And that right there is what you call a glory hole. Get it on my face! Oh. So that's Mia with her. So as far as I know, all of the other girls couldn't see Mia, or they could. Because Mia was supposed to be a doll. How could she possibly be there? Regarding the patient in the isolation room, I observed her again today, but I feel her symptoms have reached the point of hopelessness. For someone like her, with such high spiritual potential, Moonlight Syndrome almost always presents with extremely severe symptoms. She may be the most extreme case yet. Her mind is on the brink of collapse. She has managed to cling feebly to some semblance of sanity by fusing her dolls and herself in her mind. The dolls, each reflecting a different part of herself, may be necessary for her to anchor her fluid and ever-fluctuating state of mind. It may be possible to use this doll transference approach to help the other patients deal with their chaotic memories. However, while giving her dolls may have some temporary effect, all it does is postpone the inevitable collapse. Director Highbar is desperately searching for some way to help her, but he's already tried so many things. At this point, doing anything more might only cause her pain. Yeah, alright. Well, let's get in there. The person from the photo must be in this room. Nah, really? Gave you that impression. You've come to see me again. She's having another episode. Quickly get the director. That really did happen, by the way. That was something she really did see. There should have been more things to pick up in here. There we go. Let me do like a 360 and get everything to highlight. Sakuya's diary. Is this her diary? I put myself in the doll so that even if I forget myself, the me in the doll will tell me who I am. That was how I held on to myself, but today I asked it, what is my name? I asked and I asked, but there was no answer. Without the me inside the doll, the little ones inside me get upset. They eat my insides. Then they sleep. The starving little ones, I can hear them waking up. My soul, broken. I am descending. My God. I was gonna read that in like a psychomanic tone, but then I decided not to. The patient in the isolation room on the 4th floor has stabilized somewhat, but there's no telling what might set her off again. That nurse who called the patient in the isolation room the one with no face, she committed suicide a few days ago. For reasons as yet unknown, she ran into the isolation room and blanked herself right in front of the patient. She had shown signs of being deathly afraid of the patient for a while. If she was so afraid, why did she charge in there? She had been warned about hanging around near the gate. When the nurse's body was discovered, the room was in an awful state, but the patient was just sitting on the bed, smiling. I can't quite remember her face myself. Something like this had already happened before, and now all the other nurses are scared. That gate isn't there to stop the patient from getting out as much as it is to prevent her from having contact with anyone else. Yeah, they're like afraid of her because they believe that she like possessed that nurse and made that nurse do that. They believe that Sakuya made the, like, possessed the nurse, made her come into her own room, and then end her own life in front of her via mind control. I don't want you to know the pain of those who have the souls enter into them. I said I was going to read it in a manic tone, but it's like, I gotta have a voice for that. Because it's tiring. I don't want you to know the pain of those who have the souls enter into them, whose souls are consumed just like me. Like, don't end up like me, Misaki. Like, I can't do that for long. It's tiring. It's tiring. A world without noise. Yeah. I offer my song to you. Yeah, the moon. Yeah, that I can do it well if I really put everything into it, but it tires me out. The dolls, they speak to me.